Hello and welcome to another Cloud City FFTCG video. Today we're going to look at some card interactions and combos, including ones with Vermilion Bird, Zhuyu, or Zhuyu as I'll call him from now on, and Machina, both Type 0 cards, and both have effects that go into play once a forward that's been damaged by them has been put into the break zone. And they're not the only cards that have this effect. We've seen this in other cards. For example, on Sid Reigns and Rigdia and Opus 1. These cards are a little different though, since they actually damage the forward when they enter the field, which makes it a lot easier to finish off that forward. All you have to do is ping them off and then you've got their effect. So it's a lot easier when you have the damage. In the case of Zhuyu and Machina, they don't actually deal damage on entry, so they'll have to presumably deal damage to forwards in battle before their effects can happen. Palom is similar to both cards in that it has a way to deal damage that you could ping somebody off, but it only happens when it attacks, and so it's kind of like a hybrid between the two. And Sid Highwind is like Zhuyu and Machina, but he's not seen in play as much. His effect isn't very fast, and it doesn't affect the board state, it just mills your opponent's deck. So you can also use these combos with Sid Highwind if you're looking to do some sort of Earth Wind mill deck with a little more pressure on the mill. Then he is a card that you could use for that. So there's a few cards that we're going to use in this combo deck. So for example, Raubon. When Raubon enters the field, choose one forward you control and one forward your opponent controls. The first one deals the second one damage equal to its power. So in the case of Raubon, it's the forward dealing the other forward damage, which means that their Machina's or Zhuyu's effects would activate. And the same goes for Hecaton Kier, but with this summon, both forwards take damage, so it's really important that if you're using this effect, that you're using it on a smaller forward, or you have some way to protect your forward or boost your forward so that you don't actually lose your forward in the process of trying to use its ability. And in the case of Sync, she has a one fire doll effect, which says choose one forward. If possible, it must block this turn. So if you force one of your opponent's forwards to block, then you can guarantee that your Zhuyu or your Machina is going to hit something, and then its effect will activate. So let's take a look what we have going on in Octagon. So here I have a couple boards set up. We've got Machina right here, and we've got Vermilion Bird, Zhuyu right here. So let's take a look at their effects. When Vermilion Bird Zhuyu attacks, he gets first strike till the end of the turn, and when he damages somebody and they go into the break zone on that same turn, he gets activated and he can attack again, which is huge, and you can also give him haste for one fire. Machina says when the forward damaged by Machina is put from the field to the break zone on the same turn, choose one forward your opponent controls, deal it 4,000 damage. And that's really huge. And if that were to kill somebody, you could deal another 4,000 damage. So in the case of this board, if we were to use either Raubon here, Hecaton Kier on Machina, and we could use that to hit the Psycom Enforcer or the Ingus, then it would kill them. His effect would trigger. So we'd say Machina is attacking this guy, or his damage is hitting this guy. It kills him. Then the next 4K, we could shoot over to the Mystic. It would kill her, and we could shoot another 4K onto the Psycom Enforcer. So we'd get a lot of value out of just one effect, one summon. In the case of Zhuyu, you could use, again, Hecaton Kier or Raubon to target these guys. And this is great because let's say he's been frozen if we were playing ice and he's down. If I use this effect, well, he's going to activate and he'll be able to attack twice. So I do believe the effect stacks. So if you use it before combat, you'll be able to attack twice, which is great. Now, if they have, let's say, Ingus was going to power himself up, if they had a Crow, or if he uses ability, you can also use cards like Paravir to protect your forwards from being broken, which is great with Hecaton Kier. You can also use Sabin, the forward, because he prevents people from being broken when he enters or when he attacks. So finally, we have Sync here. And if we put her on the field, we can see, choose one forward if possible, must block. So again, we could dull Sync and use her ability on the Psycom Enforcer, and then attack with Machina. He has to block. We ping off our Mystic here, and there's another 4,000 damage. Hit Ingus with it, and all of a sudden we've got this chain reaction that is very powerful. So that's going to be it from me here at Cloud City. I hope you liked the video and you learned a little bit more about how to play these cards together and how to use them in potentially a Fire Earth deck. Please subscribe to our channel and check out our Facebook page. Till next time.